Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
Wyatt,
Monty,
Steve.
Tonight we're taking a look at a little Robusto, the Ave Maria. I believe it's an AJ Fernandez blend, but don't quote me on it. It's a beautiful little Robusto stick. The band kind of sits in the middle of the cigar. I'm going to take that off. But it's a beautiful like, medium brown with a little bit of a red hue, very slight red hue to it. Minimal veins, seams are done well, tight pack. I just get a medium to rich tobacco, maybe a bit of earth off the wrapper, and then off the foot, I get like I hate to say it, but chocolate. I was really kind of surprised. I didn't expect that. What?
Yeah, beautiful looking stick. Really, really firm pack. I mean, really, really firm. When I cut this cigar, I had a piece of the wrapper here kind of splinter off, but I'll leave the band on, and hopefully by the time I get there, it will have worked itself out. But yeah, on the aromas, I don't get much. On the wrapper, there's just kind of a general tobacco, a little bit of wooziness, and then on the foot. All right, yeah, I could agree with a little bit of chocolate, sure. Steve?
Thank you, Wyatt. So far, it looks like a good cigar. It's a nice, consistent color throughout. Mostly earth, wood, sweet, something sweet. It's pretty smooth, textured tobacco. I'll add honey.
I got a nice aroma of honey off mine, especially off the head after I cut it. But other than that, it's a nice cigar. It's well made, very firm but not hard. Looking forward to this one.
Let's get it cut up and lit up and see what we think.
Definitely get a shot of pepper right on the first draw.
I agree.
Lots of pepper. Kind of sits on the tongue. That's about it.
Mine's not super strong on the pepper, but it's there. Definitely taste that.
Alright, falling behind.
Yeah, I am falling behind. I'm just catching up with the pepper, but lots of it. It's not like overpowering or overbearing any of the other tastes, but kind of a nice cedar finish coming in. There's definitely some sweetness in there. It's just kind of slight at this point, but
I agree with like a honey because it's a slight sweetness.
yeah.
Nothing.
So maybe you were onto something, Monty.
Yeah.
It might be. Nothing overbearing.
Something very slight coming in on the 50. Just kind of sits there. Oh, good start. Let's get into the first third. Welcome back. We're about 10 minutes into this Ave Maria. And so far, very nice smoke. About a medium body, about medium in strength for me. Burn is not razor sharp, but not needing a touch up. The ash is holding on together very well. Good draw. The flavors, for sure, I know I definitely pick up a nice peppery finish. There's like a slight sweetness coming in. I definitely pick up some cedar. But there's a few other flavors I can't really put my finger on, and I don't feel comfortable putting a name to them because I sound like a jackass. Steve?
Thank you. I agree. Pepper's definitely there, but more black pepper than any other type of pepper. I had said one. I'm definitely getting the cedar as well. The cigar is, I don't know if crisp would be a flavor, but it definitely has crispness to it. It's an enjoyable cigar. So far, it'll be interesting to see if it changes throughout the plant.
Yeah, really, really good cigar so far. The cigar's got like a weight to it, and mostly because of that really firm pack. It's got a great draw, really exceptional construction, really good flavors. So far this is A+ for me. But the flavors for me mostly are, there's this really growing sweetness in the smoke, and part of that may be just because of the texture of the smoke. It's very thick, it's very oily, which is surprising because the cigar itself isn't very oily. But Justin and Steve are right. There's like a crisp taste to the smoke, and I don't quite know what to call it yet, but it's very good.
You know, I think this cigar already, the pepper's gone away 95% for me, but the finish on it is exceptionally light. You know, as far as my palate, it's nothing disappointing, but it doesn't linger at all. So it's a nice, clean cigar.
Let's get into the second third, approach the midpoint, see what we get. Well, welcome back. We're about halfway on this Ave Maria. It's definitely smoothed out. It's a much more, got a certain creaminess, or I wouldn't say creaminess, but a certain texture to the smoke that's very enjoyable. It's thick, very ample. The pepper has died down to almost nothing for me. I definitely still pick up a nice cedar. It's still got a sweetness it's building, and I kind of see a crispness that we've been talking about. But I'm not ready to put anything on it, but Steve had some ideas, but we'll see. Still about a medium in body. It's dropped down a little bit in strength, and maybe so in body a little bit too, but it's still flirting with medium. But so far, decent smoke. What?
Yeah, really good stick. Excellent construction. You know, that little piece of the wrapper that was coming up now is still there, but it doesn't look like it's growing. Of course, I had to take the wrapper off for the band off. Really good finish. We're still trying to figure out what exactly the crispness is, and it's a bizarre taste. I don't get in a lot of cigars, but it's very almost like fresh. But other than that, great cedar, general tobacco finish. Pairs excellent with a cup of coffee, so really enjoying it so far. Steve?
Thank you, Wyatt. The pepper for me isn't gone completely. It's still there. It's still pleasant though. It's a pleasant pepper. It has gotten mild though, the cigar. Maybe even a little bit creamy. It's still crisp. Off camera, we were talking maybe something like a fennel, but it doesn't really have the licorice flavor. Yeah, good tobacco, good flavors, good cigar, honey.
This cigar's gotten super mild to me. You know, halfway through or a little further, just very mild. Lots of good smoke, lots of good white smoke, but very mild. The burn still real well. The cigar's holding up real well, no cracks or anything like that. So definitely a pretty decent cigar.
Good. Let's get into the final third. See if we get any changes.
Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. We're at the end of this Ave Maria. Didn't have a name other than Ave Maria.
No, that's his name.
Okay. It's tapered off pretty well. It's now more mild cigar. Pepper's pretty much all gone. The wood's in there, the wood flavor. And just a nice, pleasant, mild tobacco. Let's see. The smoke was consistent and smooth throughout the cigar. And this is something I would smoke again. I'll give it about an 8.5. Good smoke. Justin?
Yeah, very nice smoke. In this final third, it definitely mellowed. I agree. It's very mild in body, mild in strength. So all the flavors kind of seem to mold together into just a natural medium tobacco flavor for me. The cedar's still there, the pepper's gone. That sweetness never really developed much more than just a slight sweetness on the finish. It's kind of all molded. I'm just picking up a nice mild, medium tobacco flavor. Very nice, ample smoke, wonderful little stick. I'd go a little lower though. I'd go a 7.5. Not that it was a bad cigar in me. It didn't have any wow factor to me. It didn't really, we're at the end of the day, and I like a more robust, complex cigar to end my evening. but still a very pleasant smoke. I think this would be a great mid-afternoon, afternoon cigar. What?
Yeah, good stick. I've been less than impressed with this last third. That piece of the wrapper that came off is just kind of flaking off now, and you know, as a result, the smoke is a little bit more harsh. And so this last third has not been near as enjoyable as the first two thirds, but the first two thirds were very, very good. You know, all the flavors we talked about before. Really, the predominant flavor to me was like a cedar and just kind of a general tobacco taste, which usually I don't care for. I think that's a little bland, but it works in this cigar. And other than this last third, the construction was great. So I'd have to agree with the 7.5, mostly just because of this last third. But I think this is one of those cigars that if you woke up early enough in the morning, you could just make yourself a cup of coffee and have this in the morning. It is a little bit heavy for the morning. You know, there's a little bit of that pepper at the beginning, but I think it would be a great morning stick.
Yeah, I agree. It's nothing heavy at all. Mine burned great the whole time. The ash was nice and firm. Nice clean white ash the whole time. Very smooth. But to me, mine was a really mild cigar. This is cigar number 4 for me today. Still very mild. The finish is really light. It's not a long finish at all. 7.5 for me, 7.5.
Well, in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. But until next time, smoke 'em if you got 'em.